Captain Vancouver named Port Townsend in 1792. He named it after his friend, Marquis of Townsend. He recognized the area made a good, safe harbor. Port Townsend was called the City of Dreams. It was believed the city would be the largest harbor on the west coast. By the late 1800s, Port Townsend was a well-known seaport. Many of the Victorian homes and business buildings are still standing in Port Townsend today. The boomtown days ended in the late 1890s. Rail lines went to Tumwater and Tacoma and Seattle, but they didn't go to Port Townsend. In the 1970s, new residents and many retirees moved to Port Townsend. The waterfront district has retail, restaurants, and has become a tourist destination. Port Townsend was listed on the National Register of Historic Places in 1976, and it was designated a National Historic Landmark in 1977. There is no relationship from me, Townsend Walton, to Port Townsend, although maybe somewhere back in the family tree I had a Marquis de Townsend. Look at that, 1889 at the Belmont Hotel. If you want to be a real Northwest man, you gotta go here. We're now at Port Townsend, looking out on the waters, the boats. Back there is the mountains, just a beautiful sight. Beautiful out here. The water's calm. The temperature is just absolutely wonderful. Port Townsend.
$150.
This stuff's scary. That sign says.
It says, as is, spring and jaw not working except late at night.
Great, that thing works at night. Water's calm. It's silent, except for some birds. Very peaceful. Cheers, hon.
Cheers. Happy Port Townsend, Townsend.
So here we are in Port Townsend. As most of you know, my name is Townsend. We've just seen a plaque down the street that this place was named after. What was his? A moniker, Townsend. It was, well, some guy named Townsend. Vancouver, Colonel Vancouver stopped by here and he says, I'm going to name this spot after Marquis Townsend. And that must have been me, actually, or someone back in the family. This is, had started out as a big port. Ships, rowdy sailors, drunken people.
Cheers. I'll drink to that.
Rowdy people.
Don't get too rowdy, hon.
And then it calmed down a little bit, and here we are. Now it's pretty much a tourist town. Buildings that go back to 1880s, they're still here. The original buildings.
And the doors are huge. Very 12 foot probably.
A lot of artists, musicians, and some beautiful views. So if you're in the area, good place to come. We're here now at the Swan Hotel. We've got a little cottage. And we get to sit in these chairs and look out on everything. Here, I'll turn you around so you can see what we're seeing. What a view!
picket fence?
Yeah, we got the white picket fence. Got the waters out there. There's mountains. There's boats, there's sailboats, there's ferries. It's got it all.
Paper straws.
Look at that, Karen's got wings.
It's not my time.
Wall art is always pretty cool. Shopping at Port Townsend. Karen loves this stuff. You like the stuff?
Tie it around you like this. And then we put our new puppy in here.
It's the world's end, but it hasn't ended yet. I would imagine anybody that's been to Port Townsend recognizes this place right away. It's a big old totem pole. Spirit of the cedar tree. That's me, right in there. Still using horsepower at Port Townsend. This is a great gray whale. Port Townsend has a beach, too. Back out there in the water, I just saw a seal jump. Way out there. You won't be able to see him, though. Now at the Point Wilson Lighthouse. I don't think it's still operating. Built in 1913. Hear that wind? That's because we're right on the edge. Karen found some beach glass. I've been looking all over the place for that. Nice find, Karen.
It's very smooth. Thank you.
She found her second piece, and it's blue.
Very small, though.
Karen's hunting down for some driftwood. She thinks she'll be able to take this driftwood out without having to leave them in a pile like we did at that last place. Lots of luck, Karen. Well, that about does our trip. We're going to head on back home. About 3 hours or so to get there.
Harbor Defense Way.
And then comes Saturday.
Puppy time.
Yes, we got a present coming. I haven't told you what it is, but Karen just gave it away.
Oh.
But you'll get to see her too. That'll be Willow. We'll do a special video just for Willow. So thanks for coming along on our vacation. Great rock hunting. Maybe I'll show you some of the finds we had at the end of this video. It was great. See you later. lift that.